Welcome back to our season finale of Double Al. We are joined today by my co-host Al and special guests. We got Joey, we've got Zane, we've got Bobby, we've got Owen, we've got Ian, and we've got Pranav. Just reading down the list, there was no particular order there. If there was, I would have made sure Owen was last.
Absolutely.
Today's episode is sponsored by Angry Orchard, a classic sponsor.
To save time, everybody, let's all say our sponsors at once. We got
here we go.
Angry
Orchard,
low-fat cottage cheese,
pounds of Twizzlers.
There we go. That worked pretty well, I think.
We're gonna get right into it. We got both members here, Joey versus Pranav, in the Shri Rumble, and Joey came away victorious. Congrats.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Joey, why don't you go ahead and break this down for us?
Yeah, well, I think it was the Thursday night game. It was Detroit versus the Cowboys. I thought it was over straight away, with Dak putting up 20 and CD putting up 40. Didn't even bother checking halfway through Sunday, and then a bunch of my guys pulled through.
Yeah, down with the Cowboys. We were recording this right after the Cowboys just did their annual lose in the playoffs. It's the best day of the year.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, after being the best team pretty much all year, unfortunately, Pranav 4 points short. You'll have this when you have the black magic, though. Same thing happened to me 2 years ago when I went 12-2. Although it was my fault 2 years ago for not starting Jamar Chase in the last week. You actually started all your good players.
Congratulations, Joey. I think if Joey's second place finished last year and first place finished this year has any indication on how my season will go next year, I look forward to it.
Yeah, so 2 years ago I got third place. Last year I got second. This year first, so it just means I come in last place.
Yeah, next year you're gonna get the Griff.
Griff favorite right there.
Be happy to give it to you.
Owen's spoiling our next slide. Who's gonna get the Griff?
Oh, redact that statement.
Redact it.
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah, good job, Joey. This is a first-time win for Joey. We now have four. We now have 4 winners in league history. No, wait, we have 5 now. We have Zane, myself, Joey, Devin, and Jeff.
A.K.A. Devin,
Give out a
too.
couple thanks to some things. I'd like to thank the 2023 NFL rookie draft class, as I started 4 rookies. The social media platform Reddit, specifically fantasy football Reddit, and the waiver wire.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Joey has always prided himself on his ability to play the waiver wire, so it looks like it came in clutch this year.
Shout out Puka.
Yeah, shout out to Puka. He put up 18.7 in this last week. He usually did more than that. And we saw that live. A handful of us.
You're a fucking nerd, Joey.
It paid off.
That being said, as Ian mentioned, Joey's a nerd. We have a special message from Steve Renazizi. We're going to cut to that, and we'll be right back.
What's up, dingbats? It's your boy, Steve Renazizi. You know Kevin from the league? Maybe Brian or Tall Guy might ring a bell. This message is for the league, and it's booked by Ian, so you guys must know who the fuck he is. Congratulations to Joey on winning the league. Unbelievable. All that Reddit research has finally paid off, you fucking nerd. Congratulations to Owen for being the biggest loser this year. What happened to you, dude? Dude, Owen, what is your punishment? I want to know. And also, Alan, you got the worst trade of the year, okay? They want me to compare you to Andre, but I really wish they told me what this fucking trade was. Did you try to trade Aaron Rodgers in week 4? What did you do there, you idiot, Alan? Anyway, guys, enjoy the real playoffs. Although our playoffs are over, the real ones are happening, and then we got to wait a little bit, and then it all starts back up next year. So, Shiva Kamini Somakanda Kram to all of us.
All right, thank you for that.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Thank you for that
Ooh.
message.
Great job editing that.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Shout
All right.
out Steve for getting your own character wrong.
Yeah. Owen and Alan. Alan comes away victorious in probably the nail-bitiest game of the week. We were
I'm
watching.
celebrating my
the
win
car.
like it was for the championship, but it felt pretty much like it. Stakes wise, it felt like the stakes were about as high as Joey and Pranav's game.
I think I put
As,
as much or more effort into this than I would have put into had I been in the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly would have taken this game more seriously than I would the championship had I been in it.
The stakes are higher.
Yeah.
Stakes are very high. We had Ian swinging that beautiful pendulum around a second ago. That will, thank goodness, by the skin of my teeth, it will not be going to me. That'll go to Owen this year. So
Get out of my room.
Oh, and you got a lot of confidence showing up on this call today. We really appreciate it. Thank you for
Yeah,
representing.
it's a duty to the league. You are who you are at your worst points, So
Amen.
this is an all-time low for me. But I'd like to thank Alan for putting me in this spot because there's
Absolutely.
nowhere to
It's
go
my
but
pleasure.
up. And I would like to thank Alan for his entire draft class next year. That's gonna propel me worst to first, baby. Here we come.
I mean, let's be real. I'm setting you up for failure with that because unless you get first place, your draft and your season is a disappointment next year.
I'll be happy to give you the trophy, buddy.
He's
Fair
gonna hand
enough.
deliver it.
Fair enough. No, because I'm going to be taking notes from Joey on how to pick up the best waiver wire acquisitions. So.
You'll need to without a second round pick.
There's
And a fourth
no
round
way
pick.
that you can spend as much time on Reddit as Joey.
Pretty sure he
You
worked
seriously underestimate how little or how much free time I have during my workday.
Alan's
Hope
currently
Alan's
admitting
boss
on
isn't
YouTube-
watching this.
admitting he doesn't do anything at his place of work.
It's all jokes, obviously. But Owen, so do you want to tell the people who might not be as informed as some of the people who are here in this call on why you've been cursing out the name Daniel Bellinger for the last 2 weeks?
All right, so essentially, Alan and I made this deal because we were going to the Giants-Rams game in person,
Which the vlog will be up hopefully in a couple weeks.
IRL. Well,
Weeks.
couple weeks. Alan works on a production schedule.
Okay.
So basically, we go to this game, and we made a deal that we'd each pick up and start one player off the waivers who was playing in that game so that we would have a little skin in the game, Before we made that deal, without knowing, another member of the league on this call decided to pick up the entire game of Rams and Giants players and start them so that he would have some skin in the game.
And he almost won his game.
Yeah, it was a
did
pretty
win
good
his
game we were
game.
at. But basically, you see the difference in our scores. It's a close game. My player, Jalen Hyatt, who was open very often and targeted not very often, caught this absolute bomb. And dude, that was the game. Like, if he had that, I knew it was good. But there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. This would have been probably like a 6-point catch. It was like 45, 50 yards plus the reception. So he catches it, flag. What's going on? Holding on the offense. Who the fuck is it holding? It's Daniel Bellinger, the player that Allen picked up, canceling out my player's points.
That was his biggest contribution to my team
He
all
literally
day.
played defense.
He played defense on offense.
Alan played fantasy defense.
Everybody kept making fun of me all season because I had relatively high scores, but I was losing a lot of games. Everybody was saying that I was so bad at playing defense, so I picked up a defense, and now everybody's mad again.
Do it.
It was insane.
Only one person is mad.
Insane
to say-
fantasy defense play.
Needless to say, on the drive home, one side of the car was happy and one was a little grumpy.
Yeah, it was close though. It got down to a point where it might have come down to Patrick Mahomes kneeling out the remainder of his game, and that might have been a loss for me. But I think Cameron Dicker got one more kick or something like that.
He got another.
Yeah, it was something like that. There was a pretty exciting point where I really thought that I was gonna win off like two or three kneels from Pat Mahomes, but it didn't come out. And when you have to pray for kneels to win you the game, it's you didn't put yourself in a good spot, and I recognize that.
Yeah, but Jalen Hyatt, he was open a lot, and you can blame what you want to blame. It might be Tyrod Taylor being the person who is playing quarterback, and it could also be the Giants just not being good, but it could also be, hey, maybe it could be the tank that the Giants were trying to set themselves up for. But yeah, he had a few different plays where he had big yardage and he was open, and he even got a couple of catches, but each time it was holding.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, we really analyzed the Griff Bowl more than we analyzed the Shuron Bowl.
Yeah, honestly. Well, I think we're probably genuinely, maybe aside from Daniel Bellinger himself, we're probably the people in the world that care the most about that play.
100%.
Honestly, we care more about it than Daniel Bellinger. He's just like, oh, dang.
Probably. All right, and the highest score this week was actually Jeff. So if he ended up making it, he would have won. But he did not end up making it into the finals.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. So here's our playoff bracket. In the wild card round, I beat Jeff. Devin beat Dom. Semifinals, Pranav took away the final spot from myself. Joey beat Devin, and then Joey wins in the finals.
Absolutely.
And then from our ladder of sadness, we see Owen started at the bottom, had a win, but then went back down to the bottom, and he has a rectangle around himself.
About it, I didn't realize until about halfway through week 2 that it was still at a risk of getting the griff. That was a scary realization.
Owen fell victim to what my worst fear was my first year in the league, that I would win the first game and then still get the griff.
Yeah.
It is a tough spot.
Yeah, so here's the final standings order at the end of the year.
Oh.
Alan's very happy with his 11th place, which I was very happy with my 11th place last year.
Ecstatic about my 11th place.
Ian, I hope you're not still upset about that game.
No.
It's done by now. It's over. You're not the Griff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. I was the Griff favorite probably most of the season.
You were the Griff
Absolutely.
favorite.
I can't believe I lost to fucking Ian. Oh my god. I forgot about that.
No, you actually beat
Hey,
Ian,
you beat him.
That's why
You
you
beat
got
him.
the griff.
Yeah. If you had lost
You
again,
shouldn't have beat him.
You
You
may
got
have.
the griff because you beat Ian and had to play against a real team in the second week.
No, I looked into this. Owen would have lost anyways.
I would have started different players, better matchups.
Better match. We're gonna quickly go through Alan and my own preseason predictions just to see how bad we are at this. Let's see. I said Zane
There
was
were some pretty funny
make the
predictions.
playoffs. Zane, I don't think you ended up doing that. So
Well, it was close.
that was
Yeah.
wrong.
Well,
Nick
you
Chubb.
got
good
Zane
prediction.
isn't the worst team.
Okay,
True.
so
Yeah.
I'll take half.
He was the
I'll take
third
a half.
worst. He was the third worst.
Take half credit on that one. Nick Chubb being
King
a
of the Oompa
disappointment.
Loompas over there.
Nick Chubb tore his whole entire knee right in half, so I'll take that one.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Waller was not the tight end one. He was hurt most of the year. We did not see a tie.
We did see our first ever tie.
Okay.
This is
yeah.
a big
Ryan-
tie.
Ryan and I tied. We both just completely forgot to set our lineups. It was not.
Bobby, thank you
organized
for
enough.
helping out my predictions here. I appreciated
You're
it.
welcome.
I don't think I got any of the division winners right. or any of the wild card teams. Not a
Wait,
single.
wait, you missed one.
Yep. Owen got some draft picks, so good job to Owen.
Zane and I
One or
also
two.
traded a lot of draft picks back and forth.
Was this the heaviest draft pick trading year?
Absolutely.
hmm
I also predicted the finals wrong. Got a little in my own head. Alan, let's run through yours.
Yeah, I had Ryan defies the odds as usual and makes the playoffs. He did defy the odds. I think he outperformed what his team was at the beginning of the season. He did not make the playoffs. He missed it by 1 game, 2 games.
Alan, did you just make the trade so your second prediction would be
Yeah.
true?
Yikes!
Yeah. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw that nobody else was going to do it, so I decided to man up and do it myself. I was looking bad on predictions. I predicted that it was going to be me versus Ian in the finals. I had to make sure my predictions were up there. All right, so I had to make sure that a second round draft pick was traded. I was correct about Austin Eckler falling off. He did deal with a little bit of injury, but when he was on the field, he wasn't all that good. I had over 4 special guests, which
just in this episode
is correct in this call right now. So
You did a pretty
I'm
good
pretty
job,
happy.
honestly.
Pretty happy about that one. Aaron Rodgers was in fact not in the top 10 of QBs this year.
Great.
He was for 4
great
plays.
addition.
Yeah, he lasted all of 4 plays, and then yeah.
You know who was a top 10 QB this year?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
The Packers can't keep getting away with this.
Go Packers.
This is 3 in a row.
The problem is we only get 1 Super Bowl out of each one, and we're going to win it this year. So I'm just going to be stuck being sad for the next 15 years.
I did have Eagles keep crying about the turf in the Super Bowl until week 4, which was probably right, but now they have more important things to worry about, like trying not to lose to the Buccaneers. And then I think I predicted 2 of the 6 people I predicted to make the playoffs actually made the playoffs. So that would be Devin and Alex, but I was wrong about Devin being a division winner. So everybody else, Bobby, I had high hopes for you. Ian, I had apparently really high hopes for you. And I had very high hopes for me versus Ian finals, which couldn't have been further from the truth.
Alan, keep your predictions as far away from me as possible next year. You had Ian in the finals.
I was really good with my predictions about players and everything like that. I just was not good with my predictions about who was going to be.
You almost predicted
teams.
the Griff Bowl with your finals prediction.
Alan was predicting the Griff Bowl.
Yeah, that's what was going on. It was the Griff finals, not the finals.
All right, and that's going to conclude our episode here. Going to conclude our season of Double Al.
Wow.
Just like that, it's another 6 months until fantasy football. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Don't remind me.
Another one in the books.
Well, we know Bobby's probably playing fantasy basketball, so
fantasy basketball is just not the same. Okay,
It's not the same.
Not the same.
No.
better.
All right. Who's trying to do a fantasy golf league until next year?
All right, fantasy NASCAR.
I'm gonna leave the call.
Ian,
Look at the
or
dog. Look at
Zane,
the
I've
dog.
dabbled in the fantasy NASCAR. It's not that easy.
I'm genuinely not surprised to hear that.
Not even a little, actually.
So, who did you set as your poll in week 4 last year?
Bubba Wallace, man. I don't know.
I've been on the big Kyle Larson train recently. You know, he's really been up there.
He's been doing good.
Kurt Busch.
Is he still
That's
doing
a racer. I don't know.
All right. Well, we got to make sure everybody goes through and says what Manning they're feeling like today.
Salmon, Peyton Manning, the salmon.
What?
Oh wait, Bobby,
Was that an English sentence?
That's a different dog. Sorry,
I
Bobby.
think I got what you were saying.
Bobby knows of 2 dogs that look the exact same. One's called Peyton Manning and one's Salmon.
Yes.
Oh, there's
That is Peyton Manning.
the new Peyton dog.
All right. So we know which one Alex is feeling. Joey, which Manning are you feeling today?
Feeling the one right under Peyton with the Raiders. Eli.
Okay.
Oh
Film
yeah,
that one.
that's a good. one.
Sure. Can you give us an explanation, or is it just up to viewer interpretation?
Yeah, interpretation, just the expression.
Sure. Sure. I'm going to have to go ahead and say that I've refrained from using this one all season because Alex got mad how much I used it last year. But I am Peyton eating that chicken
Peyton
down
eating
there
chicken.
because I'm very hungry.
I kick him out of the call. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bye,
kick him.
Alan. We'll see you next season.
See ya.
All right. Who's next? Owen.
I think I'm feeling top left Eli because that's how I felt when I won the Griff.
Penn State Eli. That's a good choice.
Yeah, like a little, but also like a lot of colors.
Okay.
All right, Bobby.
And none of these guys really look like they're celebrating something. So I'm gonna have to go with Peyton the dog because I love Maltese dogs.
All right, Zaner.
I got to go with Tom Brady talking to Eli Manning because the Patriots notably just lost Bill Belichick, the third saddest day of my entire adult life. So I would be happy if the Patriots could guarantee me 2 losses in the Super Bowl in the next 24 years. Those are now the good times.
You could argue that Belichick and Brady never really recovered from losing to the Giants twice, despite the multiple Super Bowl rings that they won after that. You could
Yes,
still
despite the
argue that
3
they didn't get
afterwards,
over it.
You could.
Yeah.
That's a hard
you
argument to make. All right, Ian.
I gotta go with Eli in the top left with the football. It's a symbolism as like he's like I'm handing this to Owen.
You're throwing it on the ground towards Owen.
Out of here.
All right, and Pranav.
I'll go Peyton with the Raiders hat. It's kind of like me watching like the score of the game like on the side. So we'll wrap this up soon and get to the next game.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up so we can go watch some playoff football.
Yeah. Anybody have an update on the Lions game?
7-0.
7-0.
7. I saw 7-3.
Oh,
7-3 is correct. It is
Well,
7-3.
looks like we need to end the call so we can go find out.
There was just a field goal.
All right.
That's fun. I'm surprised the Rams kicker could make a field goal.
Yeah, I do think he set the NFL record for most missed extra points in a season.
I think we saw what, 2, 3 of them.
I do think we
At
saw
least
2. It was like a Purdue game. It was crazy.
It was. I think there were more missed kicks in the Rams Giants game than in the Northwestern Purdue game. And
Yeah.
Bobby and I can attest to that. And we did not think that we would ever see a game with more missed kicks than the first one.
It was nasty.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for calling in. Thank you for a good season. We'll catch you next season.
Comment down below if you've gotten to this point, and insult Joey because his ego is too high at the moment.
No.
Mhm.
Look at his face on that pillow.
Say something nice about Owen to make him feel better.
Nothing will make
No,
me feel
also
better.
insult Owen because we need to keep him humble as long as we can.
Sorry, Owen, I
Get
tried.
down.
Nothing's gonna make me better except when I hand deliver Allen the Griff in Chicago next year.
Hey, that just means you have to come visit me in Chicago. So that seems like a win to me.
So that's a double loss.
Yeah, hey, let me know when you do that. I only live 3 hours from Chicago, so I can come visit too.
Zane, are you eating an entire thing of paint? Is that paint that you're eating, Zane? Is that a gallon of cottage cheese?
Go.
It's a pound and a half.